Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and I'm kind of running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get all my stuff ready for the video. So let me go ahead and get my iPad up and going so I can see your guys' comments. And we're going to open this cool Fisto. Let's see, me, my channel, live, there we go. All right. So one thing I got some cool new floors for my wedges in right here to keep it from, so they're nice and flat. So it's kind of cool. Let's see who's joining us. Hey, Matthew, thanks for joining us. Dwight, thanks for being here. Mike, thanks for being here. Let me do an audio check really quick. Let's see who's joining us. Hey. Sounds good. All right. So I did miss my own premiere earlier. For those of you that showed up to my premiere and saw my Battle Armor HeMan video, I was out and about, and then I said to my wife when we were in the car, it's like, oh, I just missed my own premiere. I can't believe it. So that's why I was not with you guys for the premiere earlier. So let's go ahead and check this out. I do have some other figures to compare them with, so that will be cool too. So, stand up there, Jitsu. All right, let's go ahead and open this box. Open the box. It's hard to get it started to get out of here. Before I turn them over, I need to get the sleeve out too. Now I'm hitting the microphone. Give me the sleeve. All right, let me put the sleeve on first before I reveal him. Zoop. There we go. Now I can do the reveal correctly. All right, so here we have this cool HeMan, the Masters of the Universe box, and inside here is Fisto, and this is the Super 7 edition one. Hey, Charles, thanks. And Charles, thank you for the money you sent me also during the last video. I did look at all your guys' comments after the video was over. I had it up on computer waiting. Did I pre-order the Eternia playset? I did. Yes, I missed my own show. Hey, GHS, thanks for joining us. All right, let's go ahead and reveal the Fisto. Dun, 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 dun. Now, I know this is an older figure, but as you guys know, I decided to go back and rebuy all the figures I did not buy last time from the HeMan, the Masters of the Universe collection. And believe it or not, this guy's pretty inexpensive. I was shocked how cheap you can get them. I have a link in the description in case you guys want to get your own. And it's surprisingly how I think I saw one for 45 bucks, which is less than a brand new Super 7 figure. New Super 7 figures are 55. So you can get them for less than a new figure, like for Thundercats or something. So it does have a story down here. He's got a story to tell. All right, let's see what it reads. Fisto once served Skeletor and ruled a part of Eternia with a literal iron fist. Turning his back on the Lord of Destruction, Fisto aligned himself with HeMan, and since he has proven to be one of the most powerful forces for good on Eternia, aside from the strength comparable to HeMan's, Fisto's main power lies in his large metal right hand, which is capable of destroying anything in its path. Fisto is famously loyal and dependable, feeling that he owes a great debt to those that saved him from a lifetime of evil. And it shows this cool picture up here and the logo and his orange hair, because obviously he's Tila's dad, for those that didn't know. Now I just ruined the plot for you, didn't I? Yes, Charles, definitely thank you for the support. Yeah, I can't believe how inexpensive he is. Just crazy. I mean, I think I spent a whole lot more on that this guy here. Where is he? I spent a whole lot more trying to rebuy him than I did buying Fisto. And granted, I did add the cape to him. Still don't add the Velcro yet. But, you know, it's just funny how some figures go for less and other ones go for more. I mean, even he costs quite a bit more. He was like 4 times the price, probably. Not quite 4 times the price, but probably 3 times the price. So I'm going to leave this light off until I get them open because it's just reflecting back. And let's go ahead and open up Fisto. Now it's funny, Many Faces has many faces, but Fisto only has one fist. Just on his right side. Which I always thought was kind of funny to have just the one hand that is kind of big. If you think about it, we have 3 characters with one big hand. We have Fisto, we have Jitsu, and then we have Clawful. And all 3 of them have one big right hand. And I always thought that was kind of funny. Now I thought it's kind of weird that both Fisto and Jitsu had special action features where Clawful did not have the spring arm. I was always surprised they didn't use the same spring arm on Clawful. HeMan, you're laying down on the job again. We even put you on the red carpet. All right. So there we go. There is the Fist of Power. Wow, from Hong Kong. Well, Benji, thank you for joining us. You're a long ways. That's cool to have you here. I appreciate it. And none with a giant foot. Yes, okay. It is time, Unicron, to jump back. Jump back to the Book of Knowledge. The book from the Power and Honor Foundation. All right, so we'll have to move some Fistos here out of the way so we can access the Great Book of Power. And in this Book of Power, I'm hoping to find the figure that was just alluded to. If I can adjust this thing up here. Okay, there we go. Let's open the book. Dun dun dun. And we're looking for the guy with the giant foot prototype. Because it's so cool when you see these old prototype figures. I know he's in here somewhere. He's got to be in here. Oh, so many cool things. I had no plans opening this book today. It's all because of Unicron, you guys. There is Tila na na na. Tila na 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 na. There's Prince Adam. There's the bee guy. Whiplash. Where is the foot stomper guy? So we can take a look at him and see what we're talking about here. There he is. There he is. Let's go ahead and zoom this in on that guy. And look at his foot. It looks very similar to Fisto's giant fist, but it's a boot. And does it say what his name was going to be? Capitalizing on the success of Fisto and Jitsu, Mattel wanted to further expand their popularity with large-limbed characters. Ted Mayer, who created numerous concepts, returned to the line in 1984 and illustrated Handsome Left. That's this guy here. The big hand. 2 big hands. Handsome. And Bigfoot. Not a very, pretty easy name to remember. Although Handsome's illustration dated July 1984, it gives no indication of what his action feature could be. Bigfoot's illustration dated the 12th of July 1984 indicates he would have had a spring-loaded leg in which to kick objects. In this case, the object large spike ball, which appears in one of Bigfoot's accessories. So he can kick a ball. He is Soccer Dude. Soccer Dude. So, there you go. There is your Bigfoot guy. One big giant. It's like his legs in a giant cast or something. So, I think that's why they decided not to go with it. So, there you go. And that's the end of the Book of Knowledge for today. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the Fisto Talk. Now that we've gone on a tangent because of Unicron. Okay. There we go. Hey, thanks, Charles. Charles says he loves my innovations. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us. Behind the book half opened. All right. Let's see. They should have made him. Yes, he would have been a cool figure to add. Who knows? They might make him in classics. Anyway, let's go ahead and bust this guy out of here. He has waited long enough. He's been in this box for years, waiting to be released. Finally, he can be released. What was the name of the character in Toy Story that was in the box that nobody bought on the top of the shelf? Was it Spectre or something like that? Prospector, I think, right? Well, you guys will tell me if I got it right or not. Wow, Mike's been here 23 months now. Thank you, Mike, for joining us. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Almost 2 years. Oh, he's got a rubber band on his feet. All right, let's cut the rubber band. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Oh, and there he goes. Landing on the hard floor of the palace. Ugh, I broke my nose. All right, so let's talk about articulation. We have ankle articulation. We have a boot cut here. We have a single jointed knee, which is ratcheted. Ratchet. We have upper hip movements. We have his waist turns. We have shoulder movements. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbow, but it moves very far and also ratcheted. And then on this side, same thing. And then, of course, the wrist articulation. Looks like the fist is pretty much stuck on there. I'm probably not going to pull it off today. And then, of course, his head moves as well. And he's got the really crazy mustache going on like the new Man-at-Arms has. I don't mind it on Fisto. I'm okay with that. I just don't like it on Man-at-Arms. He does come with his sword. It's in a matte finish. No holster in the back. His armor is actually not attachment. It's actually his body directly. So you can't pull the armor off. It is actually his torso itself, which is kind of nice because then it's form-fitting. But then again, it's not nice because you can't do any fun customizing or having his armor pulled off or make a Malcolm figure or change him and have him do something else. But for a Filmation character, you don't really need a lot of changes or customizations. There he is. There he is. Hey, Jamie. Thank you so much for the support. That's really cool of you. I appreciate you spending Mike's money. That's awesome. All right, so this Fisto figure here means a whole lot to me. And let me explain why. If you'll notice, there's some little bit of missing paint on his top of his head. Excuse me. Hold on a second. I'm choking. Sorry, you guys. I'm right back. I was choking. I need to grab some water to drink. There we go. I feel much better. Yes, the male bald pattern. And why that is there is my daughter, when she was 3 years, actually younger than 3, I have a picture of her with this in her stroller, and she's chewing on his head in the picture. And it's so hilarious. She loved this figure for some reason. I don't know if it's because he was purple. She loves the color purple. It's her favorite color. Or what the deal was. But out of all my He-Man figures, she would always grab for this one. This was the one she would always grab for, always wanted. Not the female figures, but old Fisto. Of course, we didn't give her the sword because we didn't. It was just a baby. But it was just funny. And so I have a picture. I don't know where it's at right now of her chewing on Fisto's head, and there is the proof. I also know it's the right one because I had to re-glue this on with hot glue, and if you pull it off, you can see the hot glue inside the fist right there. So once I figured out which one it was, I set him aside to never sell him, so I would know exactly which one she chewed on. And the funny thing now is she is, holy cow, she's like 33 now. So that was like over 30 years ago she was chewing on his head. Iron Fist of the Northern Kingdom. I like that. Seems Fisto is getting gray hairs. What it kind of looks like. All right, so we know the nemesis of Fisto most of the time, for some reason, happens to be Jitsu, because he has a giant hand. Now, his name is Chopper when it comes to Filmation, but you can see here we have the giant hand, and it's not chromed or metal. Then we have Fisto with his giant fist, Fist of Fury. And you can see there, you can do the old slap, you can do the old punch, I think I'd rather punch than slap, but okay. So there you go. There are the two warriors. Now in Classics, we did get another Fisto that was released earlier. And this Fisto, for some reason, they didn't make enough of them. And they sold out really quick. And so here you can see, here is the Fisto. Here is the other Fisto. Now this one right here is actually a custom. I took off his giant bicep and put on a regular bicep arm, so it looks more like the toy when I was a kid. And also, for some reason, Fisto has this silver, and I made this one so he is bare-bellied. So that is what's different about him, too. I also have it so his hand can come off pretty easily, and so he's Malcolm sometimes, so that's kind of fun, too. So there you go. And he did come with the extra belt, so you can do the 2000X thing. And he also came with the sword that we saw in the comic, but never saw released the 2000X figure. All right, so there is my Fisto. Where did Knightlet go? I forgot where he's working now, but he has his own YouTube channel called Spectre something, and in there he has all kinds of cool things to watch on his videos. All right, so since we're here, I'm gonna go and fix my Fisto from 2000X. I went and bought some parts. So I'm gonna grab my box where my Fisto is. I tried fixing him on video one time before and failed miserably, but this time I am set. So let's see what I got here. Okay, so I went and bought two more Fistos. The first one I bought was just going to swap the armor out, and that was it. And when I got him in the mail, he was very yellowed. I'm yellow, man. Like his chest is yellow, his fist is yellow. It's like, man, what a waste. I was so annoyed at the amount of money I wasted buying this yellow Fisto. And he's armorless, so I got him for less. And I figured I would just take the armor from the Fisto that's broken. So let me get my broken Fisto out. There he is, my one-legged Fisto. Dun, 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 dun. I dropped my box of figures and broke two figures at once. I broke my Ice Armor HeMan, his arm broke off, and Fisto's leg broke off at the same time in the same drop. Now these two figures have the exact same mold that they used to create them. And so I wonder if during that particular year when they made these figures, there was a problem with them. So I don't know what the deal was or what was going on, but they both broke. Listen, you can hear the rattling inside. Oh, so frustrating. All right, Fisto, where's your leg? Where is your leg, Fisto? Might be in the other box. Look at this awesome sword. This was made by, oh, what is his name? Oh, I forgot his name. I can't believe that. My wife got this for me for Christmas because she saw that I was wanting to get this sword. She reached out to the guy who was creating them and had him make one for me. The God Beast, that's what his name was. And this sword is so cool. It actually fits in his backpack just like that. It's clear purple, and it was made way before that sword was made. He actually designed this himself, and you can see how different it is. Like the fist is different on top, and some other designs are different too. He based it on the comic originally, and you can see that his sculpt is just a little bit different than the one we got with Classics. But still very, very, very cool. And I like the fact that it's clear. It's just, it's just awesome. I love clear stuff, like it's some kind of purple laser blade. And so of course, once I alter my Fisto over, I will be using that blade too. I can't find his other leg. It must be in my other case. Let me check the secondary case. I couldn't see putting them in different cases, but sometimes that happens. Fisto, I've lost your leg. Well, that's a bummer. I was hoping to steal his feet for something else, but that's okay. All right, so let's take a look here and see what we got going on. So I have my broken Fisto, and I was going to swap all the parts over, but you know what? The new Fisto already has all the parts. He needs to be cleaned up, though. He's got a little bit of dirt on him, so I guess I'll probably just clean him. Now, one thing is I didn't like is they added this emblem right here onto Fisto. So it's just held on with glue. You just got to pull it off. There we go. And dun-da-da! Now he's regular Fisto without the weird little snake emblem. And I think that's going to work without much changing to do. So where does this leave me? This leaves me with two Fistos. One that has a yellow fist, which is kind of almost worthless. I am going to try to change the yellowing later on in the summertime, so I can fix that. And this one here, which would be great for spare parts, because now I got a loincloth, I got a giant fist, I got armor, and as you guys know, I'm planning on making a new custom 2000X Fisto coming up here pretty soon, and it'll be nice to be able to use this fist with my custom. That will be cool. So I'm probably going to be doing some altering on this fist, see how it all works and connects. I might take this one apart first just to see how it works so I don't ruin the good one, and then use that to figure out how to make the other one work. All right, so that wasn't that hard because it was already just bought and that was it. All I had to do is pull off his stupid little wristband that says the Snake Fighters, which is not cool. Yes, the 2000X stuff had some great stuff. Let's see, they're over 20 years old now. They are. They came out in 2002, and yeah, now we're talking 24, so it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Oh man, you guys got to check this out. This is so cool. Let me just stack this guy there. So as you guys know, I got this new floor now, and check this out. If I put these doors on here, they just fit right here, just like that, right in front of the red carpet. And just look how cool that is now with those doors there. With the doors, let me go ahead and take these doors off. And just look at that. Click at that. That is just so cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, let me move the doors out of the way. Yes, the sword is totally awesome. I mean, this sword's cool too, don't get me wrong, but the one my wife got me from God Beast was really cool. And at the time, she spent quite a lot on it. I was surprised that my wife spent so much on it at the time, because as you guys have heard, she's not really a HeMan fan, but she knows that I like it, so I just can't believe this. I mean, it's just so yellowed. And this is not my old one. This is the one I bought online just to do a quick replacement. Too bad they didn't separate at the waist, so I can just pop it off like you do with Origins and pop the other one back on. That would have been perfect. But unfortunately, the waists do not separate that easily. Now, granted, if I put the armor on, it probably would cover most of the yellow, but the fist is still kind of golden color, which is funny. is, for those that have not seen it yet, there is a super rare battle armor HeMan that is gold instead of silver. And everyone online was freaking out about it. And I'm like, all it is just turned yellow over time. And you think about it, this does look kind of golden. If you didn't see this part, you might think he has like almost a golden type fist to him in comparison to the silver one. But it's just aged bad. But it was just funny that people were freaking out. Oh, there's a gold, battle armor HeMan. It's like, no, it's a sun bleached or somehow damaged by chemical battle armor HeMan. And I think originally sold for a ton of money too. But it's like, oh, I felt bad with the person who bought him. Yes, kind of like Roboto's purple legs. You could use peroxide and the sun. So if you took and soaked it in peroxide and then put it in the sun for a day or two, it'd probably get rid of the yellow. And that's probably what I'm going to do this summer. Right now I have no sun where I'm at. It's been raining for days on end. So there you go. All right, well, now you know my whole Fisto story. I've told you guys a lot about it. Let me go and bring the Fisto Filmation one back up here because that's what we're here to talk about. And there you go. You've heard it all. I want to see what he... Well, I don't have HeMan out. I was going to pull out the Filmation HeMan and see what he looked like next to him. But I buried him. He's been buried. Retro Bright. Yes, I have seen people use that as well. I've had a lot of luck using just peroxide. Actually, you know what? I don't use peroxide. I use the number 10 volumizer for hair coloring. I forgot, my daughter-in-law got that for me from the beauty salon, and it's made for dyeing your hair, and it works really good. That's actually what I use. And I paint it on really thick. I put it in a Ziploc baggie and I set it out in the sun, and it does wonders. It's funny too, it's just the front of his chest that turned yellow, not his back. It's just so weird. Now if you leave it in there too long, it'll actually burn a hole through the plastic. I found out the hard way. I have actually melted figures leaving them in there too long. Yep, it is a form of a peroxide gel. All right. Well, I think that is about it. You know what? He's not too bad looking. I'm surprised. Again, I didn't actually keep this figure because I had my own Fistos already, and I wasn't really going for the Filmation stuff. But as you guys know, I want to complete the collection fully. So, yes, I bought a ton of Filmation figures. Yep, and he is cheap. Charles, thanks for asking. My wife's doing okay. She's actually sick today, so she's probably gonna miss church tomorrow. She was saying. Yeah, but she's doing all right, pretty much. Mike Fee says the sorceress is the only one I need. Nice. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah. Today I didn't want her to cook, so we went out and grabbed a bite because she likes to cook meals, which is really cool. But I thought it'd be nice to give her a break, so we got some food from Red Robin. No, we didn't. We went to Red Robin and we sat for over half an hour at the restaurant. That's right, and they never served us. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's go. And he ended up going to Alfie's Pizza instead. I can't believe it. We sat for a half an hour. They didn't even ask if we wanted water. I'm like, really? People sat down after us, and they actually got served first. Yes, Dragoman is really cool. All right, so if you guys do want to get this Fisto, like I said, the link's in the description, and he is pretty inexpensive right now. Duh! When Fisto gets mad. he becomes Fisto. That's funny. I don't like them skinny Fistos. Who's Malcolm? Oh, Malcolm, yep, somebody said, is Fisto with a normal hand. Malcolm is his name before he was Fisto. So yeah, I actually, like I said, I've made custom Malcolms in the past. Actually, I think I have one. Hold on a second. Hold up. Do I have Fisto in my main case or my secondary case? Nope. He's not in my main case. Oh, I can't quite reach it. I'm going to have to go on the other side of my table. Hold on a second. Ugh. All right, now it's in reach. Now I can grab it. Oop. Oop, it won't fall. Okay. Oh. There he is. Here we go. Here's my Malcolm. Custom that I made for Origins. Origins. And with Origins, it's really easy to make customs like this because they're so pliable and movable and interchangeable. So check this out. Now again, Fisto's not in my top 11. I mean, he is one of my close to favorites, but still not top 11. I don't think his colors pop enough to be cool. But so here's his extra parts that I have. I have a regular fist for him. Oh, his mighty metal fist of power. So I can just pull off his hand. Either put on the fist of fury. So you can have his little fist in there. Or I can pull that off, pull off the cuff, and slide on his metal fist. So check out how cool that is. So we're talking, and they should have had him come like this, right? How cool would that have been if you would have got your Origins figure with all the extra parts like this, so you could just swap them out however you want. Whether you want them to have two regular hands, a fist, or a metal fist. That's what they should have done. Anyway, but like I said, with Origins, it's really easy to do that swapping. With Classics, not so easy. And then, of course, with the other figures all together, you can't do it hardly at all. I mean, you could switch out Fisto's arm on this one. Oh, that's what I almost forgot. I guess, oh, it's down there. There is something else to do with your 80s Fisto. Hold on a second. Looks like the Fawns. Hey, he puts his thumb up. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. This is my custom Wondar. And he is made from a Fisto figure. And the reason why I use Fisto to make him is Fisto is the only figure that has brown shorts. And there are some Fistos that have really dark purple. And so if you take that dark purple and you just paint it black, then you have brown when you move the legs back inside there, and it doesn't scrape off to make your Wonder Bread HeMan. Now, of course, I did leave his hand spring loaded. You don't have to. Somebody else has actually drilled a pin and attached it so it doesn't move. It moves still like a normal hand does, because it still moves all the way around, but it doesn't spring. So let me show you one that's half made, because I didn't finish him. Ugh. Look at this guy, he's just sitting in this thing. That's hilarious. oh. There he is. Here is my half-made Wonder Bread HeMan. And you can see that he's sporting the black armor, the HeMan head, Fisto body parts, and I just got to switch out this arm and then paint him up with brown hair, black, and black. Pretty easy custom. But again, it's nice to use Fisto's. He already has brown shorts. Otherwise, you end up with the shorts always scraping off where the leg meets. And I think if I remember right, I actually did swap out his legs too. So they're actually HeMan's legs that I painted, not Fisto's. Wonder Fist. Yes, it is Wonder Fist. And look, his fist is turning yellowish too. That's funny. I can feel it. Just a little bit of waxy feel to it. Ooh, ooh. I always thought it was funny. I always like you could do uppercuts. Or you take and you spin them back. And then you pull it back too. So then you can do the uppercut spin. It's like whoosh. And of course you can also knock people down straight too. So uppercuts, the regular punch, the knock on the head. Actually, I'm one of those kids that also have my rubber band legs get stretched out. I used to use them to kick. I'd pull their leg back like this and kick with my figures too. I'm not realizing I was destroying the rubber band inside there by doing that. But it's a really easy way to, ooh, you know, kick a guy. Kick a guy while he's down. And I wonder how many legs are loosened from kids doing that, because there's a lot of loose-legged figures out there. I had no idea I was destroying my figure. I gotta put his hand back down or he's gonna bust out of the case like small soldiers. Alright, let's reseal it up. Chink, chink, chink. I guess his leg in the hole doesn't work right. There we go. Hooray. Let's see. Carrie says, how hard is it to replace those rubber bands? It's actually not that hard at all. I have a video on it, so go to my channel and look at leg fix or rubber band replacement. And I can show you exactly how to do in that video. I have a couple of them made. One shows Buzz off getting his legs replaced, and I forget the other figure I have getting their legs replaced. It's pretty easy to do. I used to use O-rings and fish eyes, but those don't work that well as compared to the new HeMans. And on my video for it, I have a link to get HeMans. They are approximately $1 a piece, not including shipping, but you just have to buy them in packs of 5 or 10. So, yep, it's pretty easy to do. Yep, I also have several videos on it too. No need to go to Toy Poly to see how to do it. You can stay right here and see how I do it. So, does that fit on his wrist? I'm fighting the snakes now. Nope. Oh well. What's the difference between classics and Masterverse figures? That is an excellent question. So, classics all have the same body sculpt, pretty much, where they have these single jointed knees, single jointed elbows, large biceps, and kind of bigger bodies. And they are similar to the original 80s figures in style and design. And the Four Horsemen sculpted most of them. They do have some 2000X stuff in there as well, where the new Masterverse is usually double jointed knees and double jointed elbows. See if I can find a Masterverse figure somewhere. I got it buried. Let me grab one. There we go. So here's a Masterverse HeMan, for instance. So you got double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. And because of that, the biceps always messed up on these. And it just drives me crazy that the biceps like cut right here to make room for those double jointed elbows instead of a nice rounded formed bicep. And their sizes vary. Masterverse has more than one storyline going on. So we have the Revelation, the Revolution, and we have the New Eternia. The New Eternia are normally taller, bigger figures, and Revelation and Revolution are usually smaller figures. So that's how you can tell kind of the difference in some of them. It's nice too, they don't have pinholes, which is a great feature. But, you know, I bought all the classics and kind of into them, and they're really cool. So I still like my classics a lot better than most of them. But I do like some of the bigger Masterverse figures, like this Beastman, which is a totally awesome figure. And I do like a lot of the female figures. They did a better job on the faces of Masterverse than Classics did, especially Super 7 on the female faces. All right, I guess that's pretty much it. Are Super 7 figures still considered classics? That is a really good question. Some of them were, and then they moved into the HeMan, the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection, and those ones really aren't considered classics, but they do a lot of the same body styles. And the new ones are called Ultimates. So let me show you an example here. So Super 7 made these classic figures. They made like 6 of them, I think. Let me take a look if this is one of them or not. Okay, here we go. So here's an Ultimate HeMan that is not Filmation. This is made by Super 7, and they literally use the same molds Mattel did for it. There he is. And they called him Ultimate because he came with 3 heads, and it was just made really well. So that's why he's the Ultimate. Let's see, so it says Ultimate Edition. And they just kind of stuck and hung on to that terminology for all their new figures and called them Ultimates. So there is the HeMan Ultimate. They also made a Ram Man and a Tila and some other figures too. I'm trying to think all the ones they made. They made 6. Here's the Skeletor Ultimate by Super 7, but still a classic. There he is. And why he's considered Ultimate is he has the newer body style. Let me try to find another light. My lights are all dying. All right, here's light number 1. It's not a super bright one, but that's okay. He has the original legs from the original toy, which came out a lot later with the Dragon Blast Skeletor, and then he comes with an extra head and also another head and his cape, and they all match the same color. And that's why he was Ultimate, because he came with all the extra parts. So that's why. Yeah, it is a pretty cool Skeletor. It is one of my favorites, but he's still in the box. I haven't opened him yet. And like I said, he's got, all the cool extra parts too, and the extra cape. And again, it was made by Super 7, but they actually used Mattel's molds. You can see here on the back. So like these are the Collector's Choice by Super 7. So these 4 are classics. These 4 down here are not classics. These are the Club Grayskull figures. So that is the difference. I guess they made 5 for the Ultimate Edition. Not they made 6, but I guess it was 5. So we have HeMan, Tila, Ram Man, Faker, and Skeletor. I could have sworn there was a 6th one, but I couldn't tell you what it was, so I guess not. All right, hopefully that answers your question. Mike says I want a classic Keldor. That would be cool. It's funny, Hawk down here is actually a Classics figure, even though they have her, even though she looks like the Filmation version. So I did a video on her fixing her neck last week or the week before. I don't know about Super 7 being shady or not. Not as sure. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. Thanks for all the questions. It makes the videos kind of go a little better instead of me just chit-chatting and jabbering along. Hopefully, Carrie, I answered your questions about Classics versus the other figures. And there's somebody else that asked. Yes, Snarfer's not worth $55. That is for sure. For sure, man. All right, well, that is it, you guys. Thanks for watching my video on this guy right here, Fisto. And I will see you guys next video. Let's see, I had a ton of him, Mike, at one point. 4. Wow. Did they make Kildor in Classics? Yes, they did. All right. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.